Roberto Mora, Chair of the Literacies and Second Languages Project Research Lab. I welcome you all to our discussion of the paper, Looking at Gamification from Within, Gamers as Teachers Transforming Their Classrooms. Today, you will get to hear about this project from the voices of the other team enabling researchers who are part of this project besides me. One of them is Birds of Virtuality. LSLP and team enabling researchers Jefferson San Martin Arango, Juan Camilo Mazo, Carlos Andrés Sánchez, Tatiana Gómez Ramírez, Andrés Martín, J. David Luis Trujillo, and Julián Londoño Mazo will share the details and findings of our research that proposes a new look at gamification. We look forward to your ideas and further conversation beyond the LRA conference. Enjoy.
The inclusion of video games into the educational field has sparked many scholars to think about gamification and the potential use of its principles. James G. states that gamification will have an important impact on the present and future of educational practices. Nonetheless, having the experience of researchers who are both gamers and teachers was something missing in this conversation. In our paper, you will find a counter-proposal to the conventional perspectives of gamification by hardcore, semi-pro, professional gamers, and even a gamer mom. This paper proposes a contrapuntal view of gamification and gamifying. The classic vision of gamification gravitates towards the use of video games within the classroom. As a shift in this model, we focus on gamifying, which refers to using the gaming background the teachers have to reflect and improve language teaching. This new perspective relies on inward resources, such as the gamer's experience and skills to provide gamified spaces. This project has drawn data from a mixed ethnographic, as it has three different ethnography branches: traditional, digital, and do ethnography. The data for this study includes field notes, reflective journals, and classroom artifacts. Our data has been analyzed based on polyangulation. It includes our extended conversations about gamification, different background analysis of data, and interpretive memos.
Something essential about our project is the fact that for us, video games are more than just simply entertainment. We are gamers, but we are also thinking critically about our identity, not only as players, but also as teachers. As we move into the classroom, our identity as gamers help us to have a revised view of the classroom. We include our gaming backgrounds to think as gamers, but we also think as teachers. We try to explore the idea of how video games could bring essential features for language learning and teaching. We use our gaming backgrounds to adapt and rethink our methods. This in order to improve learning. We try to transfer this way of thinking to the realities of a classroom. Therefore, this idea of gamers as second language teachers becomes a particular initiative of gamification, allowing new interpretation of classroom practices where gamers teachers use their gaming backgrounds to provide new methods, and also class designs for the current and future generation of learners. In other words, in everything we do, we are actually gamifying the classroom.
Another crucial fact about our project is that in the process of understanding gaming as something more than just entertainment, we have also learned to get a bigger picture about our students and, of course, the classroom. We as gamers know that everyone has a different set of skills that need to be taken into consideration in every scenario. As an example, we use our gaming background to change the way we teach to our students. We are giving them quests to look for knowledge, challenges according to their strengths and weaknesses. We create these missions and tasks with different levels. In this way, they can test their improvement and get better. Also, we are giving the opportunity to the students to show up their own skills and improve the ones they need to overcome every difficulty regarding learning a new language.
gaming experience. And I have been a gamer since I was 10 years old, and I have the opportunity to play different types of video games such as FPS, RPG, battle royales, and so on. So that makes me a hardcore gamer. So in video games, there are roles, and those roles assign you a specific task in order to support your team, help your team. My role has been the IGL, who is the person encouraged to take decision and make plans, right?
In my case, I'm a gamer mom because I usually use gaming to spend time with my family and collaborate and cooperate with them through different types of games. Now, unlike Andres, I'm usually a healer, which means that I'm usually protecting and watching over everyone during the whole game. And I definitely think that when it comes to ethos, it's interesting to explore how we can bring these roles into our practice.
Now I'm going to talk about my gaming experience as a student as and future teacher. So to complete some tasks inside the classroom, I have to use my gaming experience. So in this case, I need to be more aware of what is happening around in order to apply my game tactics or strategies. Additionally, I would, as future teacher, I would use those mechanics and game thinking to engage my students and motivate them to solve problems.
I've been a gamer for the past 10 years, but I've been teaching for the past 20 years. So I've recently been able to start transitioning and using my gamer experience in the classroom to make a more challenging and willing environment for students to learn. And as Andres was saying, I've also noticed how my gamer students bring their skill sets into the classroom as well.
And as a final round, we got a question here. How does gamer students see a gamified classroom? So we see it as the opportunity to show our gamer skills, working teams, where different events are gonna influence us to use them and get advantage of the task. So we're constantly testing our game experience in order to solve problems. Thank you.
How does being a gamer teacher impact my classroom? It allows me to replicate what gamers do and bring a challenging and rewarding experience to my students, but it also allows me to reinforce that my gamer and teacher role can coexist and thrive. By bringing these gaming experiences into the classroom, my teaching practices actually improve.
During my experience applying gamification in the classroom, I have discovered the importance of create micro and macro projects in the classroom to motivate the students to leave the classroom as a video game. However, we need to be very clear with the rules, but where the rules come from? From the narrative that we created for micro and the macro project for the term. For instance, during a normal class, you have an agenda, but if you and your students are thinking the classroom as a video game, you don't have an agenda. You have a mission for the day with some tasks. But this is part of the micro project because the macro project is the big mission for the whole term.
I, as teacher, gamer, and researcher, have evidence and experience how gamification transcends out of the classroom from its principles, its mechanics, its elements, not only provides fruitful outcomes, but transcends out of the classroom, encouraging learners into a new way to embrace knowledge, their life goals. They not only pursue challenges, they also actually pursue commitment, teamwork, cooperative work. That is actually one of the main outcomes in gamification. I mean, self challenge, but they also transcend and take these strategies out of the classroom into other subjects, into their personal life goals. Gamification is not about making activities look like games or merely providing rewards. Instead, gamification is to empower the learner to reach actually his her goals. Gamification permits students to see the life goals as challenges. It also fosters family relationships in the way that actually students improve in many other different settings. Uh, they see knowledge as a challenge and not just a dark panorama like usual education presents knowledge. Gamification doesn't not stay in the classroom. It goes beyond and reach even family lives since the students start performing better in school, become more sociable and cooperative human beings. And most important, knowledge becomes a challenge to continue building up, not only in the languages area, but at many different areas. Knowledge is a challenge, not an obligation.
As you saw today, our work on gamification, something we call the LAV Gamification Initiative, is still growing. We're still looking at new possibilities in our classrooms and more opportunities for the gamers in our classrooms, both teachers and students, to bring their identities and knowledge to their practice. We are far from done from inquiring about this, and therefore we invite you in the audience to be part of this research and these conversations. You can learn more about our work through our website, Literacies in L2Project.org. Find us on Twitter and Instagram with our handle LSLP Legion, or email us at literaciesinl2project@gmail.com. We look forward to more learning, more playing, and more networking through this research with other gamer teachers and gamer researchers out there. On behalf of Team LAV, we thank you for your attention and interest. Goodbye.